At least cover else.
What?
I made brown sugar. I made a barbecue sauce. And so Bruce, being a connoisseur of barbecue sauce, is looking for some feedback.
That's really good. I like that a lot. That'd be good on pork.
As I gave Adam the chance, I'll give you the chance too. There's no tomatoes in this. So what do you think the main ingredient is? You can have 10 guesses and you're not going to get it.
It tastes like there's apples.
Nope.
No apples.
No apples.
Now you're just having pretzel.
The main ingredient.
Water.
Nope.
I'm gonna vomit when you get my hair does.
No.
Never really got you, right? It's fun.
You're welcome to have more if you want more, otherwise I'll put it away.
One more.
Ooh, a much more middle stem.
Oh god.
Well, no,
No,
my take on it is I need to figure out how to bring I want a little more tang in it. Like, it's got a nice sweetness, but the sweet isn't as, like, just refined sugar as so many other ones are. But it doesn't have enough tang. I don't know if a little more vinegar in there or a little more something like that. Or Worcestershire sauce.
Careful. Your embalming fluid really far away from it.
There's something there that we don't understand. So.
South Park, that's how you make zombies.
Oh, right.
It's not between 20 years ago, right?
Well.
That was the entire explanation how zombies happened. It was like at a newspaper. So he was eating, and his Worcestershire sauce just spilled into the embalming fluid, and that was
I heard that somewhere.
Sure. Makes as much sense as anything else.
Well, right. I mean, right?
Right.
I mean,
A wizard.
The hardest thing a person can say. No, Worcestershire.
Stops. Every time Connie needs it from the store, I make her try to say it, and then I crack her.
I butcher it every time. Instead, I just lean into it. Just add an extra syllable.
Hard to say, hard to spell.
There's 3 Q's.
One of the
Silence.
things. It's either back to back or the weird ones.
Those are silent. It's okay. Silent Q.
That is fun to throw someone off their game.
I don't know who makes the first one silent.
Right. Everyone knows that.
Someone's on their rant. You forgot about the silent Q. Wait, what? Making sure to not sweet. Let's move on.
No question. How many words in the English language Q without a U? None that start with Q, right? No, there are a few, right? Those stupid little like Scrabble words, like
We.
yeah,
QI.
P, yeah.
Key. Speaking of
They finally fixed my dungeon.
did they? That's good.
You get your own room now?
That's complaining for. You know what it took? Jet. Three notes, another language.
I know, but the animal was.
She left 3 messages. It was a aggressive messaging.
Well, speaking of that, do you want to recant what happened last session?
Can't. Or can't. Strike it from the record.
Repent what happened.
A lot of notes in last week.
What?
A lot of notes? Well, 2 weeks ago.
Relay? No, it makes too much sense.
Relay? No.
He's just writing an extra story at this point.
Yeah.
On this note,
I did randomly put in stuff here that most people are just like, yeah, that's totally it.
After body balance, it started saying expand for every single thing where you're reaching for anything. And like, I'm pretty sure you should be saying extend. So we looked it up, and the definition of expand is to extend. I'm like, well, I guess you're technically correct. It's the best kind of correct.
Just start correcting her and say enhance.
Enhance. Oh, that'd be so awesome. And then enhance. What? Doesn't debate anything. Fine, expand, whatever. I don't care.
I mean, you're improving your body. Technically, you're enhancing.
Yeah, it's true.
And again, technically, you're
The best.
Same previous comment about how good of kind of correct that is.
Team Blue wanted Zipnav's attention. Zipnab wanted no part in any of his teammates knowing what's going on. So Zipnab went and talked to one of the people in private up in the sky so no one could overhear his conversation. They looked pissed. We ran into him later. They also looked pissed. Still no clue as to what's going on, but that seems to be the shtick that we're sticking with. Then
And how?
then James bought a boat.
It was that.
Spent 8,000 gold to help take down some of that massive wings we weren't supposed to have. But now we have a boat.
You guys got a boat. Like, take what you can get.
Oh, I'm not sad about it. Just one of those things where the price was related to how much money you just won. Plot price.
driven.
You guys had one? What much did you $30?
You guys wouldn't have a boat.
Boat is horribly damaged and basically washed up on the rocks. You can repair it and it's yours.
Don't worry about the mechanics of this and what they would have been if you would have had a good boat, because they're eerily similar.
Makes storytelling not fun.
To be fair, it makes the most fun.
It's the JSS.
If it were out of a book, it would definitely do that, right?
Yeah.
And it's not out of a book, so like that's why it's actually fun. Because if it were a book, it would just be and hand wave how this works, you know, like.
That's the thing. There's nothing wrong with it. It's self-balancing. That's the way it works.
But it's just funny.
Yes.
Arguably,
either way,
a nicer boat.
we take said boat to back to Dragon's Fall to go meet with the High Council, who I haven't seen in a good long while. We had a lot of fun. Everybody saw everything all the time, and then we fought a kraken.
We did. On the
We
way to.
rolled out of this world for the navigation and the
Oh, yeah.
observation checks and the commentary.
That's where it is.
Then we fought a kraken. That was fun. We eventually ran away, and then it ran away, and so I don't know who ran away from who really when it was all said and
We
done.
ran opposite directions. We mutually ran
I
away.
think they tried chasing you, and
I
then it
think
realized
so.
they couldn't catch you.
Yeah, but it also went under water, so we couldn't keep shooting it in the face.
We
Yeah,
did both run away.
You ran this way, it ran this way.
We ran in different directions.
Completely opposite, but maybe not. We ran away we could not pursue.
You ran away, he couldn't pursue.
Would that be considered fluid space? Sure.
No,
Space. Nice.
I mean, it's
You do like Star Wars.
Want to get sued?
Let's see here.
Fluid space. Yeah,
It's in
definitely.
there, it's in the notes.
You know, Star Wars are like, you figured out her fluid space. Well, it's out, right?
Murphy turned into a killer whale. We don't know what a killer whale is.
For me.
Yeah, was that big
Josie,
shark
you
thing?
can't hit the broadside of a barn. What? Yeah, you missed
Just
it.
once.
You missed the entire first round
Or twice.
and second.
Or a little bit more.
Zipnab did some stuff, but they basically amounted to missing a kraken. A little bit more
She was
banter.
flying at least. That's why.
Josie eventually hits with big damage and starts lopping limbs off. I wonder why it didn't start from the beginning like that. More bits of the kraken fly off. Let's see here. I wrote down the line: monsters coming in hot, lots of fighting, more tentacles, damage to the boat. So some of that happened.
Being more fluid, I think. Something we should work out.
Well, I didn't actually read my 4 pages
I
of
do
text.
like the abridged version where there's like, and then some stuff happened, and then it's
I do like
it. Part of this freeze for me.
Like, just throwing some evil boobs in there, just as good.
Flying evil boobs. Ooh, nice.
Nothing.
Okay. We end up reaching River's End, and because most of my commentary beforehand covered the last like page and a half of text, and so I was looking for any funny commentary in there that didn't necessarily make sense.
Understood.
We reach at River's End to go check out the different areas. But however, we decided best to start by seeing the High Council. We need to swing by D&D Antiques, which is this one is run by Daryl apparently. Go to the big building where the council meets, and however, it's now a full-on war room because we find out that Gilded Valley is threatening war. They've taken TikTok hostage, and so John Smith is leading the council, looking to get us, or wants to jump into meeting with us to figure out what's going on because they're convened the war council. We end up making a deal or an arrangement that we basically have a week to turn ourselves in or to show up at Dragon or at Gilded Valley so as to avoid war preparations. And so that seems acceptable to the terms, or at least we believe it is. James takes off to go look for upgrades to our newly found boat. Josie is looking to find Wormheart's Vigil chapter in the city. I ended up going with Tilly and Bill to talk about what I had learned around my what was shenanigans, and they set me up with a new piece of tech. We ended up getting upgrades to the boat, a spear chucker, an extra outrunner with an extra vortex horn. Aiden of Wormheart's Vigil was found in River's End. Josie was searching for her father. Looks like he's been around, but hasn't been here recently. Headed upriver. Then we were planning on heading to D&D Antiques. No, we did head to D&D Antiques in River's End. Really annoying door chink.
Wow, that's in the notes.
We talked about it for a while.
We did.
The door chime
The
was
door
awful.
chime was obnoxiously.
Oh, for D&D.
I learned that the ore that I have could be turned into a power source. I've told that I might want to talk to the steel wall, as they may also have a treasure trove of useful stuff that they don't know what to do with. And then might be able to have something that can find missing parts for something else.
Oh, wow.
That's literally the last line of my notes. I think that had to do with the steel wall having stuff to help round out some of my other things.
You guys ended up buying two things from the D&D Antiques here. The Cloak of Stealth, which I believe James has, and then the Crown of Insight, which you currently have. I put them both in your inventories already on Beyond, so if you want to take a look at those and see what those look like. Yep. And then the plan was to return back to the High Council and sleep for the night.
Accurate.
So everyone can take their long rest as you guys are sleeping in a well-guarded area, controlled environment, and you guys are not needing to worry about anything else invading your rest. Where's everyone? You guys have multiple rooms.
Yeah.
Who's sleeping in which quarters and who's where? You're not sleeping, Murphy and Legendary, right? You guys are just resting somewhere. So maybe it's actually just the other three people are fucking in a place.
Makes sense. Where are we?
You're back in the High Council. They said they had plenty of guests. Yep.
Arguably, we did two. We did one for.
Certainly. So James is by himself, and you are the same. Yeah. Need you? What's your passive perception? 21. In the middle of the night, you notice Sifnab wake and leave abruptly. She doesn't really say anything. You you're aware of it, but not really drunk. But come morning, you do not find her there. Instead,
So, first things first.
this is you finding it. You see your.
Read this.
What?
Didn't you down?
I know. I did send him too. Like,
Yeah,
I did too. I think they updated something.
So first things first, I would gather everybody waking up and hey, found a note, and just to save everybody from having to read it individually. Dear Big D, I'm sorry something important has come up and I need you to take care of it. Or I need to go take care of it, excuse me. It shouldn't take me long and I will gladly meet you at the Cobalt Cave. In the meantime, I'm leaving Sky with you, and if you need me, feel free to send her to me. She is capable of finding me no matter what. Only sincerely, if not. What do you think that's about?
I would say she has something she needs to take care of and didn't want to tell us about it.
Couldn't be here.
Right.
They're so astute.
Maybe there were small children that wanted her attention.
Be occupied by something for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, clearly prioritization, so that we have to talk to her about.
So many.
Really just the same one over and over
layer.
All orphans. by
Although-
Sebastian.
I do appreciate that she clearly watched Arrested Development.
All aware of the bananas. As you guys are now awake and presenting yourselves in the hall, talking and everything like that stuff. Bill is strolling through the hall, and you can hear his massive armor clanking down the hall, and catches your attention, Legendary. Bill is the steel wall, the one that doesn't talk at all and just carries large weaponry around all the time.
No wonder I didn't remember.
And gestures for you to follow him.
Specifically, right?
Well, just him, but I mean, at the point you guys were planning on leaving this morning. So do you guys wish to follow, or yeah, of course. James is obviously on board because he's gonna push the gate to the next door.
James, at least you get your priorities straight. I appreciate that.
James gets in front of Bill to open up the door for him.
I'll get that for you, Bill.
We going this way?
And Bill kind of. How did you get in this story?
Just to be clear, everyone, Murphy is upset that Zipnob's not taking this serious. just wanted to point that out to the group.
Yeah.
Door time.
This is a door
Let's
chime.
pull this door out.
I'm totally gonna change the door that way. It's just open the door.
It's the door.
So Bill escorts you guys through a kind of chamber-like environment, past the war room, past the next chamber, and it goes down the hall towards looks like the royal chambers, and opens the door and gestures for you guys to enter. And it's Tilly's workshop. Tilly's in there, kind of poking around and messing around with some of the items that you kind of perused through her stash last night. Tilly's like, yes, thank you for getting them. So, Legendary, as you went through those items, Bill brought to my attention that that harness that you took actually is very reminiscent of something in this archive book that we found. It looks like it's from the fall of the World Dragon, years ago, the World Divide, and there's pictures of robots wearing said harness. And she pulls up a book that's very old, but there's few documented images of some sentient, what was automatons wearing this triangular harness, kind of like a vestment of some sort, but it looked like there was a power source right in the center, almost like a ruby or some sort of diamond, some sort of gem that was kind of centered in the center of the harness. It looks like maybe it was a power source of some sort. She then proceeds to say, so if we could find a strong enough power source, we might be able to retrofit it into you, actually see how the harness works.
As it's truly intended.
Yeah, correct.
I know I'm sitting on that, or I have the ore with me that theoretically could be forged into a. Not sure if that's what it is, but I pull that out and go, I don't know if this is in that lane or I need to go, because I talked to, you advised that this could be turned into a power core, but I'm not sure if that is enough for what we're really looking for here.
Well, I don't know for sure. I could take it and see.
Do you have any idea on where such a thing might exist? or do I need to just keep awareness of it if I can find it?
I think they've been using them. There's been advanced power cores. I know of. Some of the creational events that people do, it just them use them for vehicles and other modes of transport.
Sort of subterranean mine thing drill?
That would be insane, but probably. I could imagine that they're probably.
It's rational dialogue ever.
That would be insane, but probably.
Likelihood of insanity.
I don't. So, and she sees, using her little goggles that she has on right now, that you have a pile of glowing stuff. And the bag is just of the what was. She's, can I see what you have in your?
Certainly.
So as you dump out scrap and the ore and all this other stuff dumping out of the bag.
I have bags that hold it.
Yeah. The thing that catches her eye is the advanced power core you guys won from the race. That core looks like it's a refined piece of the ore already in a small enough setting that it would actually be able to fit into the harness. So it's already a pre-made piece of equipment.
Do we have any idea what this thing is supposed to do? You obviously have images of automatons wearing these. It's beneficial, but like, what do they do?
Based off of what the writings in this archive book was, showing powerful warriors wearing the vestment. Not exactly certain what happened 900 years ago, but
Give or take.
I think it was 897 is what he said. But the events look like the ones leading the charge were the ones something that made them something.
Well, if my compatriots here, much as I'm carrying this power source, really attempting to experiment?
That's what happens.
James offers up the advanced power core.
James has already put it in the harness.
James is wearing it. I'm doing this.
Give me a good news.
He did.
He has it around his leg.
Like a big diaper.
Let's see here. The range of stuff is, let's see here. The advanced power source can functionally just be straight up wasted. All the way through, we could blow up the city. I mean, that seems like the range of possibilities are
It
here.
includes
Give
The
it a
entire
whirl.
range is bad. Is that what we're saying?
Huh?
The entire range is bad.
wasting the power core is
Either-
seeing nothing happen.
Either
Oh,
end
no,
of
it's
the
right.
spectrum is bad.
Nothing to bad. Now,
Yes,
right.
Is there good in there anyway?
I think there are some good options.
I think it goes from nothing to good, then bad.
Yeah.
That's on the scale.
The bell curve. We want to land in the middle. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
It's like the light spectrum. Shuts at nothing and goes for stuff.
The color spectrum. Nothing to done. Okay, so let's do this.
You're on board for testing out this harness. Your team members will assist.
Well, just went.
Sure. I have no idea what that was going on. So go for it.
The power cord goes in the harness, and theoretically,
James
it turns me into a super soldier. That's what I've heard.
I heard it does like
We don't know. We don't know that that's even true. But I heard it turns me into a super soldier. Call me Captain America.
That's America. I'll need you,
American.
Captain Justonia.
to be fair, I did see a cyber truck on my way here that had America.
Just the flag.
wrapped, and it had like underglow lights. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, you might have seen the same one I did, because I saw
The color shift wrap.
Yep, yep.
I may have a Tesla test driving this weekend for the entire weekend.
For what?
Because Chris said, "Hey, do you want to test drive a Tesla all weekend?" And I said,
One of the cool ones. That's autopilot.
"I have no idea yet, but I'll find out tomorrow."
There's a Cybertruck that's red at the gym. Looks way better than silver.
Yes.
Silver looks like a really weird experiment.
I saw like a copper rust brown one the other day. It looked like it. May as well have.
All right,
The red is like a dull red, but I like it.
National
It is really good.
Anyways, they're a lot.
Like skates.
And you have to like wait 2 years to get them, but hey, whatever. So Legendary, if I can have you back here on this table, we could start working on this process then. So she opens up a curtain and there's already like a
You're ready for this.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
She expected you to be on board for participating in whatever this adventure is going to be.
Where James, right?
Yeah, James, get on the table.
I don't think
It's just to restrain him so he can do the actual operation.
James, say something.
All right, now we have to go to this
Bad
other
idea.
table.
Didn't say anything.
So you get up on the table and she joins you with the harness that you already had taken. The belongings. And straps you down a little bit just to make sure that there's not actually any movement when the operation is occurring.
I also signed this one. I was looking at
It's not like this. Please don't.
All right.
Well, they're gonna be mine too.
The rest of the big D, I am going to need your assistance in this.
Wait, what? This getting bad. No problem. I don't know. We're not going back there.
Well, I don't know why you're saying that. Snap.
For this to occur, I'm going to have to remove his original power core.
I like how this sounds. Don't I need that?
So,
So,
so there's going to be a period where we'll need to make sure that he comes back.
first step of this procedure is kill me?
No. It's like a transport. People are adamant that it doesn't kill you.
Correct.
Do you mean like
The first step of this is kill.
first step of this would be like, ripping your heart out, and then don't worry, we'll put back a better one. That's the plan?
If we know.
Alright, if you know, well, you won't know.
I feel like Murphy would argue that you have to be alive to die first.
Oh, thank you.
Asshole.
I think I'd have to do it.
You're strapped
It's nice to have you for not being alive by proxy.
I already agreed. I signed the consent. Start cutting, Doc.
Bill's standing here with a giant claymore, just like watching over to make sure.
Is that how you're removing my heart?
Yeah.
Eventually you do trail. Like massive. Like,
So, in turn, Tilly is going to start by opening up the chest cavity to actually get to the power core that's in there. And as soon as she takes it out, you're going to immediately have to start making death saving throws.
Excellent.
At,
that applies to still. Well, it applies a lot of things. But
What-
doesn't say anything. He has no power.
so he's still a sentient.
Established.
Yeah, there's something holding him together. This isn't exactly all that makes him, but this is what powers him. The death saving throws are going to be at disadvantage though because you're missing your
really
aim.
have this whole conversation.
Right, correct.
This is proof. I'm not dead when they remove my power cord. I have a soul, motherfucker.
That's not a really good conversation. Let's say you die. Let's put the power cord back in.
So make your first death saving throw. At disadvantage. It's disgusting.
Well, no, like, it's still Dave playing.
James takes over my character. Or Dan takes over my character. Oh, nope.
Yeah, proof, conclusive proof. That's all. That's not true at all. It just means, well, he had a soul. Now he doesn't. We can all agree he definitely doesn't have a soul now.
Do you have a soul now? No.
So how exactly are we supposed to help save him?
Say nice things to him, right?
Yeah, when that starts.
If there's any magical assistance you guys could provide of some sort? I know you guys have skills of some bearing.
I'm sure
In the most explicit way, please tell me how you think you could assist. Don't ask Tilly. Tilly is doing it.
You have no ideas. Okay, let me think. What
So
can I
you
do?
guys think about how you would be able to talk to, mind you, the understanding is that Legendary is a living thing.
Well, I
person
think
at the table. Person at the table.
There may be
Oh,
a
we did that
chance.
definition. Okay, like a windsock blowing the wind. Correct. Gotcha.
So,
I'm not coming back to this.
discussing previous adventures, discussing things that might be able to sit there and try bringing the person out of, let's say, a coma state or something, might be the things that they'd be leaning towards. Talking about the past, talking about things that keep Legendary bound to this life.
I helped. You made him worse.
Or, like I said, any sort of magical ability.
Disadvantage of the Constitution saving throw.
It's not a Constitution saving throw. It is a D20. You have to roll above it.
Straight to roll.
It's a straight roll.
Because he's mechanical, cure wounds doesn't work on him.
But he is a living being.
So cure wounds would.
So I think aid literally is a spell designed for this exact thing.
Yeah, because that says your next D20 check.
Well, no, aid is just your maximum hit points and people.
Okay. I thought, which one am I thinking of that just says on your next? Oh, Bardic Inspiration is D20. Any D20 check.
And then I can also massage his shoulders. I can do both of those things. Because
Guidance.
aid is not a concentration spell. I can
Guidance
cast
is,
aid, and then I can guidance.
guidance is on what? What does it say? Is it saving throw?
Any ability.
Because this is, I mean, death saving throws, I guess, are a saving throw. Okay, so you're gonna aid and guidance for this being. What are your cure wounds in?
I can do that. Because a lot of my other stuff isn't going to really help. The only other thing I could really do is if we had some negative things such as like leaking some kind of elemental energy. I can absorb elements, but that's really more of a defensive thing.
Sure.
I can locate
I'm not.
I can.
Yeah, right.
I can also
That's something to do now.
dispel magic. That might be a bad idea.
So as Tilly starts the entire operation, you can see the life drain out of him entirely.
And she opens up the chest.
That's a little bit of reports. You have to make sure you hit a cover.
So she opens up his chest. You guys, everybody standing around is amazed to see a beating heart inside his chest.
He pulls it for dripping.
No.
They're beating. It's not actually connected to me.
And then, as I like, you guys all like hear me subtly like muttering some words, like, "Oh, sorry, that'd be pretty funny." This and it's fine.
It's not connected to me. It's
Like,
actually part of
minor
it.
illusion. Just
That's not going better.
So you're gonna do what? So what's your thought here?
So as he, I can try to keep him stable through cure wounds.
Sure.
So any loss of health that he would have because his power core, soul, heart, whatever you want to call this, is not driving the things that keep him living.
Okay.
So those things would be slowly deteriorating because they're not getting what they need. So the cure wounds is like regenerating in the absence of the power. That's my thought.
Okay.
There's much of this. No way.
No way.
These are really good. Maybe hate to read this, but
So that would work for.
That's my thought. I
Yeah,
have
no,
no idea.
have so many fun ideas.
It's this is a storytelling.
It's probably geared towards what you can do.
This is a storytelling element of how you can assist somebody in an operation that you're not exactly sure, but trying to stabilize them.
So
like that. Try to cast men down me.
Huh?
My dog tries to cast men down me.
So on your next check, Tilly is sitting here still working and transferring over the power core. You're gonna make another death saving throw with advantage,
Ooh.
but not You still had disadvantage because that's a normal check. So now the cure wounds gave you advantage, which makes it neutral. And then you have a D4 from the guidance.
That uses a spell slot. And I do that at level 1.
And I guess before this shard, you guys just noticed.
Okay.
I jam a good berry as well.
Okay, you're also not stroking. There's just a good berry in it.
Yes.
Perfect. So Tilly
Gonna wake up.
still performing the operation is still nervously moving around the equipment, trying to make sure that this fits in properly. And you can tell that Bill is getting more and more intense in what's happening, and obviously caring about you almost like a father figure. But like, my son's going through an operation. So, anyone else doing anything else for this next 6 seconds of operation?
No, I'm going laying here like praying my dog keeps helping me. He's crying at my feet, so someone
crying.
knows me.
Mind you, this is, like I said, storytelling wise, you're trying to keep this person's soul and spirit and body on you.
Massaging his shoulders.
Okay, so keep casting the guidance.
Whispering in his ear, I'm like, soul,
That's where that's helping.
Imagine how helpful this would be if you could chew, right? Or anything like that.
Or swallow.
You got his shot. Just, yeah.
You just have mush in your mouth. It doesn't go anywhere.
I saw a bird do this once. I chew a little bit and spit it in my mouth.
Is anything happening to Legendary's body as this is happening? Like, is he disassembling in any way? Is he laying there like, motionless? Is anything else happening?
He's very much just powered down. It looks like somebody that is motionless, powerless, just in a state of.
This is a book once. I heard something turn on and shoot me.
You never know. Does anyone else have anything else they wish to do next action other than guidance here? Good berry in his mouth again?
Oh, yeah, he fed it to me as a mother bird would feed her chicks. So
So you're puking into his mouth.
Okay, and whispering sweet nothings in my ear. It's
Right.
time.
Trying to do the same.
So you are going to be with. You have disadvantage with. Doing the same thing. You're noticing that you're helped with the first placement of Google before,
Okay.
but the new advanced power core is still kind of not sitting properly. It's not doing what it's supposed to. So
Nat 20, hold up. But that is a 12, so that's good. The pass, Nat 20, and not a win.
So the advanced power core drops into the was. It seems like it's holding. It's taking a little bit. It's still not. Hasn't given him his life back. It's still motionless. It's still out of connection with this world.
Does it seem like it is fitting in there correctly, or does it seem like it maybe is popping out or not quite holding where it's supposed to?
It seems like it's fitting inside the harness. It's fitting inside of his power core chassis. It's just not taking a hold yet. Hasn't actually given him his life back. Does anyone else wish to do?
And a move that seems counterintuitive to me. Yes.
Could be.
I guess. Aura of Vitality.
Okay.
Not too much.
I want the ambience, but this one's louder than the last.
It restores 2d6. I mean, I think that the idea, though, of what that is.
Correct. That's where this time.
Summoning my soul back to me.
I was trying to say, I say all those times that Joe's probably had his soul. That was a joke.
Do you have
Yep,
anything
it's time for the laser beam.
do you have anything you wish to do?
So as he's laying there lifeless, it's like we put it in, but it seems like it's not connecting, starting, and actually giving him the life that we need. Stop. Try it.
No, I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong space. You're doing a fantastic job. No, I appreciate what you're doing with it. The phrasing itself.
I know.
We put it in. You like do what I'm supposed to do. And I am a child.
It's so good when you say any of it.
Welcome to how the last 9 months
No.
9 months, 20 years.
Can we get a little hot?
Surmising that maybe electricity is what makes him work. We're gonna try to zap him. So I'm gonna have Fairchild try to. I mean, he doesn't really have like a breath, but he's gonna like try to fight it or to try to actually like.
With the aura of vitality, with the electricity being applied into the entire setup as well, with Tilly still trying to completely secure everything down, you have a straight roll with your death saving. So you have a straight roll. That's how dice work.
17! Number 3!
So with the electricity jolt, the aura of vitality, and Tilly finally getting a secured point of contact as power core, the harness sinks in, the power core actually starts firing back up, and you get a what would be a normal breath of life kicked back into you. Right, correct. Whatever that would look like for a sentient robot.
Imagine I do the classic, like, what is it, last chance style thing, which, like, I'm being pulled up by my chest.
Exactly.
Raining bullet cases raining down on my head.
So with that breath of life kicked back into you, Tilly, all you see is relieved from the tension that he had over. You are free from the day. And with this,
Tell me what happens with the good news.
Chew on the helium.
you're still at full health. So that the health part.
I guess. This keeps away tiger.
Concept.
So I can give you exactly what the specs what happened here are. But what this is now is you have the ability to expend death saving throws while you're alive to give you a +1, +2, or +3 depending on the death saving throws you decide to expend. To give you that on everything you do for a win.
So
Doomsday device. It's powerful.
by expend, that means like permanently lose.
For the minute.
Oh,
So-
for that minute.
So for that minute, if he would go down, let's say he spends all 3 death saving throws,
Yeah.
and he dies, he's dead. There is no rolls for anything.
They've already expended. So they risk
If
reward.
you hit that trick.
At the end of that minute, he will suffer 2 points of exhaustion. Or be dead, depending.
Or be dead. There is that option.
So if you spend 1 death saving throw, 1 death saving throw will be automatically taken away immediately at hitting 0. 2 would put you at only having 1 left, which means you'd still make a roll. Yeah, 1 failure would be death. If you spend all 3 to give you a +3 to everything you do, if you hit 0, you were dead. But it's like I said,
dead.
everything. So you'll have +3 to all of your skill checks. You can see AC is. So you are an enhanced EA. But you, like I said, +3 to skill checks for everything. Saving throws. But like I said, 2 points of exhaustion at the end of it.
How do you recover exhaustion? Yeah.
Did they make it? It's not just what they actually make.
It wasn't used. Trying to utilize it.
It's very full.
Well, I'm trying to also make it a fun. Using this power cord to actually expel all of its energy. You might.
Oh. Change is very small. Now, rather than a table of effects for each level, instead your speed is reduced by 5 times. Exhaustion. You must subtract twice your exhaustion for each 20. It's the opposite.
So instead of just being static, this and then this and then this, it's just
It's your minus 4 for everything.
until you
Until you sleep. So, yeah, use it when you're about to sleep. Otherwise,
or use it when you need it, and then hopefully rest after.
everybody else. It's perfect. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
So,
That's classic, like mage stuff. With exhaustion.
Hey, thank you for stepping right light now.
that's where, like I said, plus 3 to AC. But like I said, if you do that, you will have 0 death saves. You will die if you don't.
So I'm going to humbly suggest that you'll reduce those 2 levels.
Well,
Otherwise,
there's some spells that can remove an exhaustion.
otherwise,
Correct. So the first night's sleep, you might be going to a town or something, and then you can get 2 nights there. But yes, otherwise it'd be difficult. There are spells that can do greater restoration is one of them. And there's probably other people that do stuff.
roll in the conversation. Yeah.
So, Tilly looks over at you as you are still kind of laying on the table, removed from the harness. But how do you
You know, like what would be his bicep, and I go,
still feels like metal?
Same, but different? If that makes any sense?
Okay, so you feel okay? If this didn't hurt you or anything?
But body feels all at the same time. That makes sense of what I'm feeling, yeah. Alright, well, if there's energy flowing through me that I haven't felt before, but nothing feels.
It's, like I said, I'm you know, and you know how it goes. Hopefully, it does something. Like I said, this is all from an archive that we didn't really know. That it took. Okay,
Me too.
Patriots definitely helped with this. Their normal magic ways or they use. There's eat it. Well, did you spit those things out that you kept jamming in your mouth?
Someone put something in their mouth. That's exactly what it's up. Hey.
Bill walks over and literally like sits you up.
Agree. I'm happy about this outcome too.
Mind you, he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, they classic.
steps in the back and gives you the thumbs up.
He walks off. This is what he was here for, making sure you okay. Bill leaves. Alright guys, what do you want to do next? James says from the side. He was sitting there just basically counting his coins that he could throw Tilly to save you.
Fix him! Fix him! Where's the slot to put this in? Are you gonna hang?
So, what would you guys like to do after this delightful adventure, this delightful experiment?
Will you feel proper?
This was, I mean, you're like,
I have to go dispose of my funeral. Just nice little read.
you managed to set all that up.
I had this little poem written up.
Like the fact that you could minor illusion of a beating heart.
Just continually carrying these things around.
So where did we want to go now, guys?
So I thought we were gonna towards the football cave. We were gonna go to that coastline.
Yeah, so based off our map right over here, we are at River's End here.
Yeah.
The cave was mentioned to be up this direction.
Yep.
The original D&D Antiques, I believe, was at this little village here.
I have no idea what the name of that.
This village
mine,
here.
mine, right? Mine.
No,
No,
my mine was over here.
Oh, over there.
Fine.
This village, I have no idea what it is. So I don't remember what it was called, but that was the original Deech and Dong's antiques were there.
We were gonna water your lettuce.
Water lettuce was there. That's our clever.
Clever means.
Lever. We're one of our more levery.
There we go. That fits.
So what else did you guys want to do at this point then?
Do you have everything we needed from start?
So I met with the fifth chapter that was in the city. I met a dude there. Yeah, what was his name?
It was Phil Pridesworth.
Aiden. But you may have mentioned Aiden might have been the name of the enclave itself.
Arts Vigil, I have Phil Pridesworth.
James got it right.
Yep. Okay. So I talked to Phil, and he filled me in on where my father was. And up the coast there like that, so we're gonna head towards that town that we can't remember the name of. We do want to try to meet up with them. One of my major goals beyond that is to try to give him a copy of the cipher that I created for what was speech or language, I should say. And then I also kind of want to
You're
just
gonna
give
give that to
my father.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it. I want to give him that because it's gonna be helpful to him in easier. Sure. But then I also kind of want to fill him in everything that's happened, and because everything that's happened is kind of running contrary to everything that we know and what this what it's about. So kind of lost for what to do in this situation. Okay. So that's fine.
Okay, so you want to head up and find your father,
That's fine.
which you believe went up to the cave to take her.
That's what's built. It's up that way.
Yeah.
To handle sea monster.
So we're heading north. James is on board and heading towards his ship.
He's already on a ship and halfway down the river.
Yep. You guys coming? All right, I need to get you guys.
Yeah. D&D Antiques and the Cobalt Mine.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I believe it's called.
it was called yours, mine.
Mine's over there. Yours, mine's where we're headed.
Anyways, the traveling through this traveling along this water path is not that far of a jaunt through the main river here. About three.
Quicker now.
Yeah, it's about 3 to 4 hours normally, so this is gonna sit you about 2 to 3 hours now. It's shaved up.
Oh, we don't actually have our boat going up there, do we? Because isn't our boat being outfitted?
No, I think
No, we did. I thought.
Oh, it just happened? Or
they just were able to upgrade this.
Upgrade.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay.
One,
I wasn't sure if we actually had our
I
boat.
thought we
Not a
purchased
well been
the
going
upgrade.
on.
So you're able to make a short work of the path up there. You get to this little village here. What anyone want to tell us the name of it? So this is our previous campaign, so it's
To be determined.
okay.
Yeah.
To be recalled.
Ooh, that.
TBR. I'm gonna read this later and be like, what the hell's Arston?
You'll just throw a misread activity. Also applicable.
As you get to this village, small dock area there. You guys are. Huh? All right. Oh, man, I don't want to.
I don't know which was more fun. You know pop references for the last 10, 15 years, or now that you actually know them and people are confused because you know more of these pop references than they do. And by they, I mean me.
Multiverse was like 10 years ago.
Oh no, I know that one. Again, surprised because there's a period there where you didn't know any pop references for a 15-year period.
Paying attention to anything.
Smallish town. The biggest draw here, obviously, is the original D&D Antiques, literally at the forefront here. There's a little stable on the outskirts that you can see as well. Looks like it's filled with a whole bunch of the Slizars. So it may be a ranger type, or like a rancher type area that's breeding or training or something like that for Slizars as well.
Were these racing Slizar style or the warfare style?
So the two ranches were on the outskirts of this town
I remember
entirely.
this part.
You had one ranch that was one style, one that was the other, and then there was a whole bunch of breakouts and stuff. This is just a stable, kind of. It looks like it houses some of them. So,
Mixed bag.
yeah. There's also a small village, a small farming site in the village as well. So it kind of looks like it's just your kind of run-of-the-mill average village with the original D&D teams.
Village being 50 people, 100 people?
Maybe 100, if you had to guess. It doesn't really even have like the town squares that the other smaller cities had too, smaller villages.
Just where people somewhat gather for things like market or
Yeah. So there's not even really any building that looks like it'd be like a mayor or kind of. Shrubs and stuff like that. Nothing special construction wise. But the original D&D Antiques is here. That's where you guys are going. Well,
I'd imagine, yeah. You're all charged up now, and I'm sure you want to see what else you could find. That's kind of
more tools, more toys!
fits in on the old chassis.
Well, what else fits in this harness?
As you guys walk into this D&D Antiques, there's a finely dressed gentleman that's at the front of it. As you guys enter, this entire antique is filled to the brim with stuff. One literally has scrap and looks like garbage, looks like things that are kind of like rubbish, but looks like they were placed in a position that would be cherished, like they put their meaningfully. So it's not garbage to somebody. Somebody for some reason had it. And the finely dressed guild member that's there at the front of it welcomes you as you walk in. Hi, welcome to Deech and Dong's Antiques. I'm Deech.
The original Deech?
Oh, that's my brother Deech. I'm Deech the Second.
That be your other brother?
What is that? Your parents had 2 children, named them both
Well, you see, my parents weren't the brightest, but how can I help you today?
That was also DJ, I assume?
No, his name is Jim.
No. That makes
That tracks.
He named both of his children Deech. Deech and Deech Jr. Deech the Second. Deech Jr., the brother of the other one. I'm gonna name them both Deech, so I don't fucking believe it harder. Philip J. Fry.
What can I help you with today?
Want to see the original D&D
Oh, you guys are adventurers then, I'm guessing. Well, what brings you in other than just sightseeing? Anything that catches your eye and he shows you around at this stuff that looks like
I have the lens at this point built in. So
yeah,
I'm looking around to see if anything I
Make a
has
perception
meaningful
check.
glow.
just to see what I can tell you.
Yours detects bugs, right?
Yep.
17.
Correct. Which is why the blade that you are holding, the hilt, doesn't have what was glow to it, but you're still thinking that there's something there. So they could be separate. You know, with your 17 perception check, you're able to see that there's auras on a lot of this stuff, but it doesn't look like it actually. It doesn't look like it draws your interest as an adventurer. So it could be the tchotchkes of a household. It could be the tchotchkes for a stable hand, or
The actual tech that was used to keep society running, not necessarily adventuring gear that's
correct.
meaningful or useful to me in the classic go fight bad guys.
Well, I've got, and he starts gesturing to all these little tiny things. Some of them looks like cookware. It looks like it's things that would be able to prepare food easier. So like a little pop-up stove type thing where you drop something in and it heats it.
Yeah, gotcha.
Heating it. Or
there's basic camping gear and household gear.
Stuff like that is what he just starts perusing around and showing you. Did you have a question for?
So when you were talking about the sword, are you talking about the one that I have that
No, that's
dark
what
dimension?
That's
That's what it was, right? Okay. So
I'm
you're
talking
talking
about
the dragon.
dragon.
That's it. Just wanna make sure.
Yep. None of this catching your eye?
Not much. Drop back into the exchange.
All right, that makes sense. I'm fine with that.
No, I'm not.
This support.
I'm not necessarily interested in any of that stuff at the same time. I'm interested in, I'll say, picking up things that have a meaningful amount of glow to them, if I can get them at a crazy reasonable price. Playing into the fact that I'm not overly interested in it, but if I can find some stuff that has a intense glow, but not, and basically buying a scrap, useful scrap, I'll still try to push him to show me something that's actually useful and meaningful. Might actually be legitimately interested.
Well,
So, I mean, as you identified, I was, an adventurer. Supposed to be heading upriver, as apparently there is some old infestation. Cave upriver, is that we're supposed to go?
yeah. The kobolds north of us have been kind of terrorizing the area a little bit.
Figure we'd stop in. If there's anything useful that can help me move in that direction or help me in that endeavor.
Well, my biggest trade avenue here is typically for more what was scrap and other materials that were what was. We can rotate our stock per se. So I mean, you can buy stuff. We can trade. I'm definitely leaning towards trading if you have what was scrap. Or this one.
Well, trade for what?
All of these cooking accessories would be great for adventurers. You always have to prepare your food. Well, the rest of your compatriots need to prepare their food. Most of your compatriots need to prepare their food.
Do you by chance have a chiclet that you can discuss about?
Sure, I've got one of those.
Huh.
Oh, just give me a minute. You don't want to do that. But shouldn't go get the chiclet.
I would recommend it.
No, he stood there just like looking at you.
the bar, so I noticed he hadn't moved.
Okay, he stood there just was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I was checking on interested.
Oh, all right. So he kind of starts backing away. Oh.
If you want to be disgusted by seeing what happens when a tender.
That's a fine joke, Italian.
Okay, all right. I'll be back with one chiclet.
Have you ever seen something be disassembled from the inside out?
Oh yeah, we do that with a lot with the what was technology. We take it apart from the inside and make sure
Have you ever
that
seen a living being?
I like that. Let's do this. Human being, come on.
Living being.
Oh,
Well,
what'd you do?
one of us has 1 2 few souls. One of us has 1 too many souls. Neither it works really well.
So he literally just goes to the back room, and you can hear a pile of stuff tipping over and falling. And you hear a door close. He runs outside, it sounds like.
He's just left.
Yeah, you can see him run past the front window. And he goes to the farmer next door and grabs a chicken.
Perfect. While he's doing that, I'm looking around to see if there's anything that's either druidic or.
I'm watching through the window. I think you just stole that.
Same.
Yeah, you're just watching this. Obviously, you guys are high enough perception that you can see this happening. Like, he's gone. Oh, there he is. Stealing that chicken. Got it. Make a perception check. For example, make a perception check just to see what it is.
22.
22.
Yep.
Roll that one.
I don't
There is one item that looks thick. It's like a little idol. So like your craven, like the Kravis would look like, similar to what you actually have on the table, but a little less. So you're not sure exactly what it is, and if you show it to Legendary, it does not have what was below to it.
Okay.
But it looks like a trinket of tchotchke of some sort. Do you have any sort of detect magic yourself?
Sorry, physically, I can't jump in here now.
I do.
Detect magic is going to be able to use to see if something has some sort of. We're not going to say that it's magical, and you're not going to be able to.
I do not have.
It's up to you if you choose to use it or not. Well, this is a very particular thing that you'd be detecting.
I
The
understand.
glow would be very ambiguous across the area for normal detect magic, but if you look at a specific thing,
Right, and so David is willing to do this detect magic, but the space of I don't know that he's asking me to
Correct.
explore.
Hence my follow-up question.
I can't tell if it's magical.
You're just staring at it.
Yeah, I'm kind of just looking at it, trying to discern if there's anything I can learn about it. It's a kind of crude carving, right?
It's crude carving, and it looks like there was purpose to what it was carved in. So you're just looking at it.
No, well, if he comes back in the chicken, I'll offer it.
You hear the back door slam open. Yeah, I had the chicken right back here, guys. I just you go onto this one. Look, he's out of breath.
The chicken and this little tchotchke here.
Josh, yeah, I don't know where the hell that came from. Oh god, give me a second. The chicken was hard to pin down.
Steal?
What? No.
What? No.
I'm just gonna be over here covering my eyes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's great. What do you want to do with this chicken? What?
I'm purchasing this.
Oh, okay. Gold for the chicken. That should.
It does not provide more one item, right?
5 gold for the 2 of those things.
5 gold.
Or do you have any what was scrap? I'll take some what was scrap instead. I should take all that scrap.
No. Say for one piece of what was scrap. One piece of what was scrap.
Oh well, yeah, I think I can do it for 1 piece of scrap.
Reach into his said bag. Realize that he hasn't actually stolen anything from you yet.
I will tell you what it is later. But right now, just if you can on D&D Beyond, you can just add to your inventory a custom item of tchotchke. Yeah,
Bird tchotchke.
yeah, bird tchotchke. And your chiclet, of course, because you said that was really important.
Which will you?
You're not going to devour it on the spot.
Alright, I'm like middle.
So you want to deal? So we were over in. I keep blanking on the name.
Fallshire?
Fallshire.
Fallshire is the other kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went to a number of places. We were always curious as to where all of their stock was coming from and going to. Is that all routing through here?
Yeah. So my brother Deech and Dong, they're the ones that can really tell what all of these things were. I'm just I have the gift of gab, as some would call it, but they're the ones that are actually the brains of the operation.
So where is Beach and Beach the First and Dog?
Oh, they're upstairs. You need them?
Not particularly. You made it sound like they weren't here, like they'd left on some sort of mission or some sort of
No.
business trip or something.
They're here. They're working, of course, just like I am, and getting more scrap from them because they're gonna tell me what that stuff is. That's gonna be helpful, right?
So where did they get all the scrap from?
Travelers like yourselves, a lot of fishermen dredge stuff up from the lakes and the rivers, the oceans. Like they bring it back and they sell it to the world famous D&D Dantiques because they don't need it, and we can trade for something. So it's give and take.
Makes sense.
Or something that you wanted them to look at or to ask questions about.
If they're working on things, most of the time, the other stores have had a, as alluded to before without trying to be offensive, of useful items. And here has a lot of components.
He doesn't know what he's saying. It's okay.
Here has a lot of components, but not a lot of things of practical value from my perspective.
I mean,
I'm not saying
a lot of junk.
I'm not saying
No,
it's worthless. Merely pointing out that from an adventurer's perspective, there are things here that will help me on my.
You have shitty stuff.
His
Just by comparison.
his perception of how you were talking to him, he's taken aback by the fact that he thought his stuff is good. He's very in tune with selling the storefront. Like he's one with knowing what's good and bad.
Slide aside, he literally just said you can't do that.
No, he's proud of what he has. He doesn't know what all this stuff is. He just, I'm selling stuff that my brother and his business partners say are good stuff. So he's like I said, he's confident in his belongings. I mean, as far as the other stores go, I know Dawn said it was a great idea to send all those other, what was automatons, to help the other stores. Maybe that's.
It definitely helped. I mean, talking to each one of them around the different stores has shed light. Obviously, I have interest in learning and collecting some of the different pieces that I found, and they've each been able to shed some light on things. Hence the reason why I was curious on if there's things that are here of more, let's say, more advanced nature.
Well, like I said, I could see if they come down and talk to you. Maybe they could be able to shed more light on that. I'm just saying, this stuff here is all quality goods.
Not trying to insult your wares.
Best stuff I have right here.
Not trying to insult your wares.
As they're having this conversation, I'm just walking around holding up the hilt to things to see if anything would fit into it. Going completely around this store.
Make an investigation check.
But also, like, I'm not hiding the fact that I'm doing this, so it would be within sight of everyone, including.
Yeah.
Teach
He's
this
very, very much still in this conversation as you're still holding and licking your chops about this chiclet. Or has it been devoured yet? I don't even know.
No, we know who's devoured.
In an investigation check.
This poor guy would.
That's a 9.
9. You find 9.
The hell you is.
None of these.
That's a -1, mind you.
None of these items look like they would even be close to what you're looking for.
Right. Well, I'm seeing mountains of things, but like none of it makes a lick of sense to me. So I'm just like trying to figure it out. All right.
So you want me to go get them? Yeah. Let's see if they're free. I can't promise anything. Let me go see. And he goes to the back room and again, it sounds like he's hobbling over some stuff. He's trying to go somewhere. Apparently, there's stuff blocking the staircase.
Pretty much.
He comes back down in a couple minutes. Pretty busy right But they did say they would probably be able to assist you with what you're asking for of the high quality, and he uses air quotes for sure, goods, if you might be able to take care of a problem for them.
Ooh,
Whatever that means.
As long as it doesn't
What-
feel clean.
Wait, you didn't take my energy to the second class. Look at this.
To be fair, if it makes up for the whatever perceived insult that I had done and puts me in their good graces, I'd be up for aiding in whatever endeavor, or at least hearing what the endeavor would be.
Well, you see,
12 by 12. It's a door that's at least 52 inches wide.
it's a weird numbering system and everything. And the, between the neighboring ranchers, the stables that are off to the north and the east of here, there's been some issues with one of the, how do I put this? Watery lettuce vendors that Peach and Dong would like being taken care
Who's this outside?
Oh,
No, or higher goods.
of. There's two members that have been kind of getting in the way of some of the trade that we do.
How do you do this not higher, like muscle? I'm a retainer. Like, how do you guys not have like muscles? Are they out doing other stuff? What's the deal here?
Quick question: Would we this party understand what watery lettuce is? Because we haven't encountered this yet, have we?
James may have.
James would at least be aware of
Between
drug
his normal guild ventures and everything would have been
Okay.
at it.
Whether
You would be question mark. I don't know. You were on the outskirts of everything, and you typically didn't deal with people.
Right.
You would
If I
probably
saw
know
it,
the nature of it. You would have no idea.
I may have seen it and never realized what it was. Because
And Zipnab, maybe?
Probably.
Actually, no. I don't think Zipnab.
I imagine aware of it, but not.
Sure.
I would compare it to, or my guess would be, compared to my understanding of heroin. I know it exists,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
I would like one of your heroines, please.
I'll take one heroin.
Just the listeners.
Not being real.
I so want to witness this now.
I mean, obviously leading into the touch, but the space of like
Great.
awareness that it's there, but like I wouldn't have the first clue what to do.
Well, these two other members have really interrupted our trades and everything. So if you could find and
Are we straight up just talking euphemisms?
whoa,
to take care of?
whoa, take care of. That's ambiguous in my mind.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of two horrible things.
Sniffing the chick.
We know two horrible things in this group.
I'm just saying that
You're right, we don't.
talk to them and get them to
Disappear.
not be here anymore.
So you're still using euphemism, right?
Euphemisms on you.
Make them swim with the fishes.
Who are these individuals? Is this somebody like who afford these, or are we
No,
talking
no,
like
this is like other people trying to get on Peach and Dong's
rival
That's
sales?
his secondary or primary.
Well, Walter Black and James Blumen are the two that have been found for it. So they, what?
Nothing. Carry on.
They're the two characters that have been really interrupting.
Characters, all right.
Interrupting the trade. So, like I said, talk to them. Maybe get them to relocate.
Walter Black have any sort of yeah, anywhere, something like that.
I think he had a hat on.
You go by any other names? Like Adam Bob?
Is he possibly?
Madam Curie?
Is he the one who possibly makes?
So, like I said, they said that if you took care of their problem, they would definitely assist you with seeing the good equipment that we have.
It's all right. James is already on the door.
Yeah, James on his next.
So-
James already killed him.
This Teach? This Teach is dead? Okay.
No, that guy. No, Walter Black and it is what Walter Black and James Lumen.
What?
I'm interested in talking about Walter Black. He's a smart guy.
Say my name.
So the question is, where does James take the boat? James,
So we know these guys are roughly north.
north and east. There's the two ranches. He said that they kind of have been interrupting the trades through those ranches and this town. So like between these three locations,
The area.
Who could work out of a band?
lies our caravan. What? Gentle listener, I made this up.
Shitty box slicer.
The
Own child. One leg is
Right here.
So it's got like a limp.
Uh-huh. And let me go. They're growing a particular type of watery lettuce that's kind of a little bit more blue in color. So notably different.
It's inconclusive.
I know.
We're gonna.
How do we
know
know about the story?
How do we know that it's their product and not your product?
You're still talking to DJ?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you guys are still here.
Interesting.
What was that question?
How do we know their product's apart?
Oh, he gives you to make a nature gem.
It's exciting.
It doesn't even roll. Sometimes I feel like it just goes up.
I was 21.
21. All right. You know exactly what normal watery lettuce would look like based off of what you've seen, what you've heard of, what you had in your normal travels. Their watery lettuce is a different sheen entirely. It's a higher gloss looking type product, and it has a hint of a different color.
So what would color be?
There's a chance it may be.
They're probably trying to do well.
So
That's a different means of growing.
it's advertised as a more enhanced.
To turn that downside to a positive.
But that is as much information as I really know. Deej and Dong are the ones that really deal with that side of this business. I'm just, like I said, so
you guys get together.
amazing goods.
Yep.
Sure you don't want any?
You already bought the little birdie thing.
He literally is like holding the scrap still in his hand that you traded for. Right. You bought that. Yeah, that. Whatever that thing was. That thing was amazing.
So
Oh, the chicklin. Yeah, the chicklin was amazing too, I bet, right?
But
Are you still holding? Okay.
You're like squatting, like flailing around, like just like fully.
That's fine. I could picture you just stroking it, going, just take care of it. 'Cause that was like my prize chicken.
Take care of it.
oh, it'll be taken care of. Just like these guys.
You can take care of them the same way.
Take care of it really quickly.
Take care of them. It's prize chicken.
Oh, okay. You really care about this one.
Oh, this is gonna be so sad for
You mean
you.
that one and the other 7 that I have. Wait.
You have 7 more chiclets?
He like glances out the window. Yeah. Well, 7 more, it looks like.
Let's come back for more then.
I lean over to James at this point and goes, I don't like darkest chocolate.
No, they're not. What's your passive perception?
Last 100?
Yours.
It's like 13.
He's ignoring
No, I'm sorry. I said 13. I meant 25.
Yet again, during this entire interaction, and him
more than mine.
him glancing out the window, you holding the chicklin, you see out the same window that he's glancing that this farmer ran out there and is stomping around like he's missing one of his chicklins. Put in my yard. Kind of like that.
Well, I can't let him see me eat this. Oh,
Oh my god!
oh, you said you care about the chicklin, right? You were lying to me though, because this wasn't your chicklin,
Let's see if
so.
he makes a constitution check. No, he fails.
He starts vomiting.
He just pukes.
That's the normal word.
He's behind the counter though, so you guys don't see it.
Oh, I warned ya.
Oh god. Oh god.
I say from behind a stack of junk.
Oh, I think I may have got a little chicken blood on this floor.
Sorry about that.
Oh, and Zipping has the one that has prestidigitation, so that's staying there for a while. You have that too? I'm fine. Okay. All right, so that's how you're gonna take care of Baldwin Black and James Blumen.
No, that's prestidigitation.
Very different. Men the chicken.
No, I could have done this.
That's what you're gonna do. Oh, God.
Well, not that exactly.
Okay, that's good. Good.
Here, this will make you feel better. Have a good berry.
Oh, sorry, I had a little chip on it. Accidentally gave me the
That's the only part I care about. The chicklin heart, the beak of it. Here's something to remember it by.
It's just beak.
So, as I kind of alluded to at the beginning, the number. No,
No, that's a pen. I don't want a pen.
Trying to read as you're going through and conversing about stuff. A handful of things that were, I'll say, extra shiny, but basically useless. Still just walrus scrap. What does he want? As far as going back and forth.
How much walnut scrap do you have?
Handful of stacks, 10 and a handful of singles.
So he's very interested in how much walnut scrap you have.
Yep.
He says, well, once you take care of that, I'm sure some of our equipment, we could trade for some of that scrap.
Just may work on that.
Perfect. Is there anything else I could help you with? No more chicklins, please.
Chickens in the room.
Do I need to go get one more?
You're all right.
No. It's just okay.
Well, when we come back, I'm sure he's gonna be hungry again.
Okay. Oh god. Where did James run off to?
How do you know these guys?
It's on the boat, right? Yeah.
But we're going inland.
It doesn't work on land, buddy.
He's just sitting on the boat whittling.
Just happy.
Yeah.
We head towards the farm.
All right. So we're gonna go explore and find this Slizar caravan that has this trait of watery lettuce, enhanced watery lettuce. So who wants to search for evidence of, or paths to, or around the townsfolk, looking around for?
I'll look around for say signs of this wagon or this caravan moving around.
Sure. So make an investigation check. Josie, what do you want?
This caravan left.
Yeah.
Just figuring out this, take a look.
No, I'm seeing what everyone's doing,
Yeah.
and then we'll resolve. What did you want to do?
Yeah. So I mean, we were headed in that general direction of which way they were going, right?
As far as what you
So we were
told.
just searching for this
Yeah,
particular.
we more or less had the area search here. There's the rare one.
Do that. So he just said it's in that general area. Was there any specific identifying feature about this particular caravan different from the rest?
The biggest thing that they were able that prevented you from the Slizars looked like there was multiple of them pulling it. So there was, and the caravan did have a wobble to one of them. So it's actually an oblong shaped path to the cart wheels. So it actually looked like it kind of wobbled
Or
around.
wide draw or
No,
just
two. So it's a heavier caravan that's pulling, but the cart wheels look like they were kind of strapped together. So it's you can kind of get a little wobble to one of the sides of the
So
cart.
for the
kind of like an RV Slizar caravan.
I don't know what RV is.
would the other traditional Slizars in this area be much smaller?
Yeah,
Or like single
typically
pull?
a single.
Okay, so based upon that, I would like to try to track the tracks of this particular caravan. Survive.
What would you like to be doing?
Well, as that's not around, best at interacting with other people.
Breakfast. Sniff the air. Smell the hints.
15.
I'll try asking
Now, so make a yeah. Just make a charisma check.
11.
11. So, cycling through everything here, you are able to discern that they were here relatively recently. It looked like they were doing a triangle path back and forth or something like that. They'd be on the northbound. At least recently.
One of these directions.
You're 15 on your survival check. You notice that there are a set of tracks that are very different than everything else that look like it would be going in any sort of loop from Slizar Trade or anything like that, heading north on the same avenue that Murphy was able to discern.
Okay.
With your investigation check, you're able to see up ahead that their path looks like it's dipped off to the left from the path that Josie was able to discern as well. You're able to see a little bit further and actually see something that looks like it broke off the main pathway between these three. Because obviously there is a triangle route between these as they do Slizar trade, they do trafficking of whatever goods that they need to be selling too. So like there's paths, but this one looks like it dipped off to the left. But north, like they said. And as you guys, I'm guessing, are going to go follow it because that's what you're needing to do. How much time do you guys want to spend in searching?
Well, it feels like we have a pretty good lead on it. So
How long do we have before we can be back?
You had a total of 7 days. You slept the first night, so you had 6 days left. You were an hour in the morning, so you were about 9 o'clock by the time you were done with your experiment. And it took about 2 hours to get up here. You just had a conversation, so maybe noonish on the, what would be 6th day?
Well,
If we're counting downward.
I was gonna say, knowing kind of direction we're going, my homunculus servant is definitely out at the winds, keeping an eye looking for a signal or a sign of where we're going.
There is a lot of tree coverage through this area, so make a perception check with disadvantage. Just with this, the homunculus servant can see exactly. Flying up and looking through everything, trying to find the path.
Maybe the long rest after we talk back.
Yeah. Oh, you just had a long rest last night. When Joseph on the note. That was a long rest.
That'd be a 15.
It's hard to discern anything that's actually a visible path. You don't see like a campsite, you don't see like a caravan stopping area up ahead or anything. You do see some clearings, so maybe they're in there. It's just not clearing enough that you can see everything. You see like spots where the trees kind of look like they might open up a little bit more. But unless you have your homunculus servant go there, it's traveling up ahead. It just flew up, I'm assuming, to see what's up.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah, kind of indicates like that direction that you saw from your investigation and the survival. You're able to get this idea. Like, there might be a few spots up there, but it looks like it might be a good hour or so, maybe 2 hour jaunt.
Should we do this?
Yeah.
Other than Dave.
We'll spend the afternoon.
Mind you, you still have to get back to Fallshire. It was about a 3-day jaunt before. With the new outboard that you have here, that you probably have a 2.5 day, maybe a little less to get back to Fallshire. So just remember that is your equation here for your time span.
I'd say we'll spend a little bit of time, but we gotta make quick.
Yeah. Okay. So you know the path, you know where it's going. I need everyone to make a perception, investigation, nature, whatever you want to use as far as your stat to find where this is going, as a group to see if you guys can track this down. Depending on how the success is, will determine how much time.
19 turns to 20.
56.
It's perception. It's just looking
I rolled
around.
an 8.
Looking around, your perception as you kind of are now kind of narrowed in on what this exactly is supposed to look like, being told by Josie and Legendary what they're kind of expecting, what they're seeing as far as these paths. You're able to see up ahead. Looks like there is tree coverage that doesn't look like it's normally there. It looks like it's been broken down and stacked on something. This is about 2 hours outside the village itself. But that's the thing that you're able to draw conclusion on and saying like that doesn't. As you guys close the distance onto it, you notice that the tree coverage is covering over that same kind of beaten down caravan that we were talking about that had a tattered wheel put together and not completely, and a completely assembled vehicle. It looks like it kind of was shackled. But our slides are in the area. So it looks like they kind of are free range here, but maybe this is their resting spot. It's like doing this. James opens the door. Has a conversation. Kills the characters.
Sit back. Don't forget loots the bodies.
No. Yeah. Would you guys like stealth in, sneak in? Are you just gonna go in, guns blazing?
Knowing that we're close, I sent the monthly servant and get close and look.
As it,
Try to keep undetected.
yeah. As it gets a little closer, you notice make a dexterity saving throw for your monthly servant.
Travis is up high. That's
You can see through.
Um, 15.
it's a druid. It's basically like you got
It takes 7 damage. A bolt shoots from the caravan and hits it square, kind of like in the center of the homunculus servant.
Okay.
Somebody is aware that you guys are.
Did gotta see where it came from.
It came from the caravan, like inside the actual.
Take care of it. I didn't even see the
Filler from heaven.
I think they want us to bring whatever's in the caravan back.
Did they?
Well,
They just said take care of.
He said several times that you guys need to just
take care of them.
The bugs are no longer here.
We're gonna just lean back at the boat.
Oh, shit.
What are you doing?
Taking care of them. I thought it was clear. Did you guys know? We never listening.
Don't do the bones.
Damn, really forgot them.
They'll be dead.
Why will then be now.
So let's yeah.
Are you diving in?
Drop.
Are you
Are you
doing
gonna
it?
move me?
No, you guys think.
Okay.
Level 4.
We're doing a whole bunch of theater of the mind here. We're not going to set very basic side. So you're doing a moonbeam onto the cart.
It shouldn't us, we should.
That's right. Perfect. So you do your moonbeam damage. What are you doing, Lizzie?
Waiting for the moonbeam to hit this thing, so I don't get hit by the beam. But then anybody charging out on that card.
Be roughly the same kind of theory. The opposite direction.
No, I almost 15. Can you make the point of origin inside the? It would have to be on top of the cart.
Obviously, I can see.
So the cart you can see it.
Yeah, well, so I can see underneath the card too. So presumably, I can see it. So I can make it. So I'll grab some light. Be able to see it.
They both pass their checks. What is it? It's not dexterity. It's con. They're jumping out of the.
What kind of damage?
It's no, it's pretty.
Okay, yeah, they both. They got a 15 and 17. They both jump from the cart as this beam bolts through the center of their already disheveled caravan. With it inside, well, as the beam's there, you just can't really see inside the cart. Beam's present, but as they jump forth, they take 7 or 8 damage each. But they are now laying prone on the ground next to the cart. They jump. So you guys are only about maybe 30 feet away. So you guys can close the distance and just make your attacks.
Okay.
If you might check it. That's what you guys said. It sounded like you guys were ready, right?
Yep.
You have advantage on it because they're prone. You have never asked questions to these characters or anything, just so we're aware.
They start with the attack, but at the same time, mine is for somewhere between maim and.
As you activate your power core.
No. I'm thinking more of the
I'm assuming you want to
detain and no, I'm not aiming for the kill. I'm
Sure.
aiming for the injure and non-kill. So I mean, if a knee gets shattered, it happens, but I'm not necessarily going for splattering the skull.
I'm swinging for that.
Yeah,
So,
you don't know how to take that.
nope. 18 on that die.
That is
So
18 on the die.
and then this is going to be this 11 plus 4 plus 4, so 19 slashing. Then another 7 as I hit. Yeah, that's it. So
Attacking one with the hat, or the one without the hat.
one with half.
Tell me how you.
So basically, he lands on the ground. I charge up and then just do an overhead, and basically, coming down, and then it just completely it hits ground. Like I swore I hit him, but it's hitting ground.
Yep,
So
it
it goes straight through.
You two making a roll off for initiative. Legendary. You already moonbeamed. You did your thing. Legendary and Josie. 14. This action is all happening before you have a chance to even act exactly how, because you wanted to say you saved her, Josie beat you to the punch a little bit, eviscerated one, and
Well, normally I would be able to swing again, but I'm taken aback at
You murdered
with
the
that. So it surprises even me. So it gives me pause that I don't take the second swing. So I just kind of stand there, kind of surprised for a second, giving an open.
what would you like?
Have you moved before?
No.
I'm just murdering this thing.
Well, if I wanted to do that, I could have
Hold
just
on,
swung on the second guy.
It's so funny to just make sure I charge everything up and then kill him too, and then just have 2 points of exhaustion. Because I'm tired.
I'm sleepy.
All right, sorry.
So definitely connect with, I'll say, a leg laying on the ground with the intention, and tell the dog to make sure he doesn't get up.
Advantage higher AC because it's just a leg.
So 19.
Damage. 14 at 15 is smash. It's you can hear the yelp of pain as he snaps to the leg and he's just like
And with that, I assume the fight has left him.
he's on the ground screaming in pain. Yeah. And a moonbeam is destroying his still.
Perfect. Excellent. Well,
But
still have all the same
yeah,
success.
so this is literally just what are you doing with your moonbeam? Running over it.
Got him now, racing the caravan.
Why'd you?
Oh,
I'm like next to the gun.
also with this, the slides are all like as soon as the moonbeam went on, the yellow pain, the slides are they did went in different directions.
So you still alive, right?
Yep. As far as you can tell,
I'm going to.
yeah.
It's quite literally in pieces.
I'm going to drop the moonbeam and encase him in a.
Should I just make a check on that, or is that
If it would enclose him, he can make a dexterity save. He can try to move up to his distance outside.
take disadvantage on like I just rolled 2 natural 20s. He's gonna roll as this stone thing is being forged around him. So he's able to
I'm working him.
15 feet while prone. Okay. So he's trying to move as this thing's summoning around him, and he realizes as he gets to the external wall, he hits it as he's thinking he's able to get out of it. So he's now encased in a wall of stone.
Is he like within the wall, or is it
Yeah,
like,
so I
is
can
it like a
make
fence?
I can make 10 foot by 10 foot panels, and I can make them bigger. So knowing that he could try to go.
Okay, so you just
So-
made a pen. No, you did a pen. I was just making sure like you didn't like encase him in stone.
No.
He's like,
All it could be is like, yeah. Okay, so just make a big. I made a big break. But I also
Sounds.
3 feet thick.
would you say it's more like a hut?
It's inside this here.
Ooh, yeah. Oh. Bring me Peter Pan. Oh wait, what?
And it's a tiny little crack on one side.
Okay.
So we should-
He's friggin' Polo.
You guys know after you smashed his leg, you realized he did not bring his weapon with him.
Smart.
When the moonbeam fell, both of you noticed that there is a bright blue aura coming from inside the car.
Burning large quantities of watery lettuce, or like a giant, powerful LSD technology.
Like the watery lettuce that they were talking about, the like glossy kind of.
That town just out here is gonna get
It is now burning. but he's in his little stone thing.
Bleeding out.
What is this? He's just muffled and barely able to speak through anything as he's holding his leg in pain.
Oh, start by
Healing word. Saying like you can't get the touch unless you turn into a spider going there. Are you holding the stone thing, by the way? The concentration.
oh yes, concentration. Then it lasts the whole 10 minutes.
Are you still holding the?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
So after 10 minutes. If I hold the concentration for 10 minutes, then
So you cast healing word.
well, then we're just
I know you're casting healing word.
oh, I just
Stabilize him.
yeah, just to give even healing word at
Healing
first level.
Healing word is much better.
Oh,
They
yeah,
made
it's 2d4 plus 5.
they made healing spells actually.
Spend 4,000 gold, get a potion that heals you D4.
Cool.
Yeah.
Healed
I
it
can buy a
for
city 4,000 gold.
The leg it's still broken internally, but you can see that, or he can see that it's healing over and actually kind of piecing back in. There's still a lot of pain that's there, but it's not bleeding out or anything like that.
Why'd you guys come to our car?
we were just passing through and you attacked us. So
You guys sent that little thingy towards our.
just checking everything that goes by your car. Is that how you were operating?
We're not really around anyone else.
You should not attack people when you don't know who they are.
You here? Why'd you just kill my car?
I'm there, brother. I just.
I did.
we could probably bring him. Oh,
No,
no,
sorry.
sorry. Yeah, healed. No, that's part of it. So what are you guys doing here?
Is this not?
It's been living in a little. Definitely not fun. We agree on that.
We just have a read through these parts.
What are you trading?
Herbs and other goods. I come out of this.
I have some news for you. You have a ticking clock. If you don't give us the information we want, this stone will be permanently. So, who is your biggest business competitor? Is it your business all about competition? Who do you compete with?
Each and all.
Try to getting in on our.
It hasn't gone well, but we've made a better product. We were able to sell.
How would you characterize each of them? Oh. I was willing to listen to you, but you have a really sad story, so.
They had their business.
Wait, who was your first?
We've been here for some years.
Oh, they're busting you guys out of your territory.
Just sticks with the stupid technology.
Assumed
Hey, that one gets it. Can I get out of this gun?
depends.
Do you have more of the stuff that we just burned?
No.
That's all wrapped, right?
Not all. It's just like that. The glow is still very in there, so like clearly something's still. We just burned the shit out of that.
Yeah.
I tossed them in a good berry and say, I'll keep you around for at least a day. Talk to you in a little while.
Like a very, you can hear him like in the bowel. He's still in pain.
So, what
What other information can I get? I just want to get out of this.
I'm sorry, we're okay.
James is like, shit at the mouth. James isn't even doing
Let's
it.
go check out the RV.
Should we take any of what's left of the stuff that they
That's
have?
what you just said. Let's go check out the RV.
Oh, got it.
As you guys go in there are bays and bays of these that are filled with this glossy, bluish, watery lettuce material. And obviously, they're just being grown here and sold in their travels. It looks like they have some sort of illumination that enhances the growth for time frame, so that way when they rotate their stock, they're able to have it regrow quickly. So this looks fresh, fully grown, and it almost looks like a full-grown set of plant.
Is this illumination within the pyramid?
Yeah.
So it's not coming from the plant. There's something that.
It's like bays of lights that are.
I'm going to start looking at the grow light.
As you look at it, it's very, very strong.
Oh yeah, no, I gathered that much
Yeah.
stuff, or that much from it. I start looking at it to functionally understand what it is, and if I can, dismantle it and start putting it into one of my wonderful bags of holding.
This is, as your understanding is, what was growth light or any sort of natural grown equipment to enhance the time light. Normally take a day or normally take 10 days, would take a day.
So with the racks and the grow lights, how big?
This card is probably 15 feet wide, 3 feet long. It's a big card. That's why.
I start looking to dismantle and
That's why, like I said, it's 2 by 2. It's a big card. Almost, probably about 11, maybe 10 to 11 feet tall. So like there's multiple rows of this.
and that's the looking to take some of this because I don't necessarily want it to go to Deech and Dong. Them to just really muscle them out of this and they fully work. So the bastion, so we have a food connection option, but also I want to learn what they are so that we can as a service to offer as there are plenty of.
So what's your plan with taking everything that you can?
So theoretically, could we get half of it, open up my portal dimension, we can put half of it in there, and then half of it you can put in the bags, and that way when we give it back, we can say this is what was recovered. Or,
Well, I was gonna say, no, because technically we were only asked to deal with the two members. We scratched nothing about their stuff. And so, if by the time we're done, this cart is incinerated, because all the guys
I
alive,
wouldn't be back.
just erase it from existence. Oh yeah, we took care of that.
yeah, we can do that too. I was just thinking, like, if we don't need to split it, just do it all one.
And I was gonna say, 'cause, I mean, either way, it'll speed up the process. We have to break it down. Putting it into the bags, it requires a small, broken down a little further. But we don't have to hand anything over to Deech and Young. I don't think we have to. So if you want to help them, unless they have something worthwhile to trade. What do we want to do with whichever of the two is still alive? James is alive? What do we want to do with the indentured servant? It really works, right? Cook for us? I mean, growth for us?
He found a rock and he's rubbing it against the bars that are on the.
It's just salt stuff.
Okay, he's rubbing it against the rock.
He'll be doing that for a whole while.
He's not trying to get out. He's just kind of like, guys.
Make it work.
Oh, he's just rattling the
Oh,
cane.
that's it.
Just trying to, guys.
We can chain him up and make him just grow for us.
Okay, 3 inches.
Inches? Okay.
Mark it home.
No, it's merely referencing the show. I mean,
I have nerves.
oh,
What?
It's been less than
This is
10
a
minutes.
bit. What?
It's been,
It's based off of a show.
it's been less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're pushing that right now. You're like,
No, but I mean, serious as we're looking at this stuff, doing these things, question mark up, what do we intend to do with it? Because we're going to kill him, we should kill him. I don't know if that's necessarily justified at this point, it feels like.
you started at that point.
Well, no, they shot us first.
They shot your
Defense. Well, I'd argue it's part of our crew, right? So it's defense. It's a defensive measure.
Yeah.
So I could see that, but
Murdering.
flipping
At this
flipping
point,
to this
it's
point, I
murder.
wouldn't.
It's
Yeah,
straight
I
up
wouldn't.
murder.
I wouldn't agree with that.
I don't know. But what is our intention? Leave him locked in this stone cavern until he finds his own way out? To talk him out of this area? And
How
go
much do
do
you want to
something
take and how quick? I mean,
Want to take it all?
that's gonna take a minute.
All right, but that's just a question of what do we do with things.
The 5 minutes thing only matters. It's only 90.
And the answer of is it becomes a permanent stone structure
Structure.
as opposed to just disappearing afterwards. It doesn't
Right now, I can just be like, "That's gone."
And that's why I'm asking what are we planning on doing with them, because if we don't have to break through any hit points of stone all the time. Their actions, turns, minutes,
Target
hours.
all, please.
So what are we planning on doing with them? All cold? You tell Teach and Dom that he's still in there?
Well, thank you. I mean, it's not much more bigger.
Well, yeah. But the long story is, does he dig himself out in some way, shape, or form after a couple days? Or do we tell Deech and Dong that he's there? Or if he's trapped in there for a couple days, we can still tell Deech and Dong it's been handled. But, or do we set him free and tell him that basically tell him the truth? Deech and Dong made an aggressive move at you.
Start drone vision.
Yeah, no, it will try to drive him out of this area.
Oh, you think he's gonna take that action?
No, it could escalate, but
No, no, no,
at that point.
Well, I did cut his partner in front of him.
Yeah, an accident. Then that was a happenstance kind of thing. I don't think he's gonna.
Wrong place, wrong time.
You can't unring that bell, so.
No, but my point is, it's a pretty founded threat as far as like.
We should kill him, right?
I think that's just how it's going. Read the room.
I don't think he's gonna come back after seeing that. Imagine he watched you eat a chicken, but
We can try it.
but instead of a chiclet, it was his friend. That's enough to make him want to leave.
See if he wants to take his business elsewhere.
Well, just tell him he's gonna have to.
Between that and the fact that his competitive advantage is gone, both between his partner's knowledge and the what was technology that they had amassed.
Well, we can simply tell him, leave or else this what happened to your friend is gonna happen to you. And here's your one chance. He doesn't know that we're not gonna be around.
His partner's brain's never.
I can see his brains big.
I think it's still in his head. It's just
Was
the
it?
upper half was not connected to the lower.
Oh, you cut him this way. I thought you cut him this way.
No. Tell them.
Yeah, that stone structure is now in there.
Because you guys can't figure out what your asshole rolled on the ground. James is in here to keep
Guys, I just realized I don't have to concentrate on that anymore.
all three up.
I guess I can massage them whenever they want.
Oh, God.
Who wants guidance?
Help, guide me to the solution to what we're going to do next.
All right.
Are you gonna try dismantling this light structure?
Yes.
Okay. Or did you want to just
Let's shove whatever we can in the.
Oh, if we can.
so the bag of holding isn't be able to take it in there, but the nail cutter you would open something and just throw it in there. So so instead of
Oh, yeah, I was
dismantling-
gonna say, when I think it's mantle, I'm picturing, banks of lights and things. Bags of holding have.
You gotta put it in a bag.
the actually entry point for it, you're not able to get the like nail cutter. When opening it, he's able to open it.
It's a doorway to a 10 by 10 room.
So that's where, like I said, you're able to jam it in there. If you want to dismantle it, that's fine.
Yeah. I just throw out the option that I have and go speak with someone else.
So if you want to just throw everything in, barrel cutters are great option. Good. If you want to dismantle it, bagel.
Or is I want to make sure I can make more of them later.
So you just cut these things down, jam them in the bale cutter, and he's stuck. You could bury him. What? Don't they disappear?
They last a couple days.
And, okay, so then the space of conveying the message that he gets himself out of here. He's giving him enough food, giving him food for a bit of time. When he gets out of there, move on.
If you guys make an intimidation check with any one of you, make an intimidation check with advantage.
Will we leave him a shovel?
We leave him a shovel.
Yeah.
Outside.
I should ask, how big is the slit?
Oh, it's just,
Open.
He's gonna have to dig under and out.
Well, yeah, I was gonna try to
The
put
shovel's
that-
out here.
Oh, why not? So we'd have to
With advantage.
for one.
That's 19. So 4,000.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, he is scared enough to not be here. This was not a very difficult DC. That's why I said anyone can really do this. You guys have made it very clear that they're not wanted here. He's not going to stay. Doesn't mean that he's going to be done doing this, but at the same time, he won't be by.
As each number 2 pointed out, taking care of can just mean make sure he moves along.
But that is very clear that he is not going to stay around if he survives whatever this jigsaw kind of style game that you just set up for him. No! Too bad.
We already started. The game is would you like to play games in formality?
Take the mustache on or off. Too bad. Would you like to play a game? No. No. Too bad. Anyway. You guys, do you have anything else you wish to do here in this clearing-ish area?
How hard would it be to wrangle those? How far often they run?
Make a perception check.
23?
They are nowhere to be seen.
23.
Just so we're
No
clear.
idea.
The 6 seconds of combat scared them off, and then you sat around talking for 10 minutes.
They come wandering back. They're hungry.
They know this is a safe area.
There's 2 Slicer ranches nearby.
I propose we get back to the beach.
You guys,
It's all your
you guys spend your 2 hours jaunting back towards the village that will be to be
named later. To be remembered later.
TBR. To be recalled.
remember, whichever way we want to go. Renamed.
That one's fun. All survival!
It's all the same answer. And you guys go back to Deech and Don's Antiques.
Oh, that's the reason you're here.
Yep, Deech 2 is still there. Oh. Welcome, adventurers! You guys are back already. Ho! Come back for these great wares already? I know you were looking at them.
I was looking at him.
Yeah, so, I got some what was scrap?
No, more.
I got more.
Rob fucking still behind the counter.
He's not happy. He still sees the farmer out there. He's like putting like a wire around the top of it. It's great.
Well, he has some great wares, but we need those shape ones.
All right. Well, I think he's full on chickling.
Do I I need to get?
Do
Do I need it? Do I need to get the chiclet? Like this is
Hold
important.
on. Let's focus on the important bit.
Yeah, I
Right, you
agree.
take care of your
I mean,
problem.
inspect
We're
them,
teaching
so
Dom.
present the chiclet so I can see.
All right. So I'll get Deech and Dong down here. I get your chiclet.
Going up and saying, hey, get down a minute. See if it's family.
Mind you, it's giving a really fun scene as he's jumping over the fence.
Punches the farmer in the face. It steals a chicken. Hopes it back.
So he goes. You hear the clattering as it sounds like boxes have to get moved to get through the stairs. I'm fine. And
Did you two notice he didn't even ask if we completed the task successfully?
I can't wait. I can't
Yes.
wait.
Perfect.
By the way, I'm not buying another chicken.
so he
Technically, you didn't pay for the first one.
That's why I did. Two gentlemen come down the stairs, and you see outside the fence this Deech the second talking to the farmer. You see like some sort of conversation going on, and he points off to the distance.
I'm watching out the window like this.
He points off to the distance. The farmer looks over. Deech too has like a rope. He's trying to get it on one of the chicklets, and the farmer looks back and sees him do
I bought him half a second.
Right.
Let's try to pull the chicken.
And the farmer gets
He
that
doesn't
pitchfork
check
that we were talking about and starts prodding Deech back.
Farmer's got a pitchfork at this point.
And Deech will come back here. This is happening. I just want to paint that picture while you guys can talk to Deech and Dong for a little bit. Oh, hey guys, what's going on? My brother said that you were interested in our special wares.
We have plenty of those ourselves. We took care of their competitors.
Right. It's what
Your brother, yeah. Maybe we should.
So do you want? Wait, what?
So what's going? What we're letting you do?
Good. Okay.
Yeah, I want your favor.
Special wares.
No.
Dog's just behind him. He's got this one. It's like he looks completely on his mind. He's just nodding along with Deech like.
Yes, the special.
Sure. Special wares.
All right.
Things you're hoping for.
The chicklets
weird.
These guys are
Chicklets are fighting back.
powerful business. All the chicklets are fighting the good fight.
They're flying across the sky, attacking.
I agree.
And allowing us to look through the rest of their stuff for more stuff that you care about.
So Deech gestures to Dong to go get the special wares. And you hear Dong,
Having a favor, definitely the overall intent here.
Dong comes back with a almost like a suitcase kind of style case, just a normal clasp box.
Here's an American. Hey, let's look around your shop. Discern what's actually valuable. If it's not valuable, then.
Oh, yeah.
And as he sets it down on one of the tables that are kind of out in the open here, opens it up and he's like, "There you go, man." And it is filled with water lettuce.
What I figured you meant by special wares.
As Deech, the other Deech the second, comes back in, holding his side as he got stabbed with a pitchfork.
Does he have the chick?
No, he did not get covered in seven. The thing got angry.
I thought you don't have chickens. You said you had a chicken in the back.
I haven't more.
Did your brother looks pissed? You better go get that chicken.
Oh, he like holds up his hand, it's just blood, and he's like, "Dog, they didn't want watery lettuce. They want your actual wares, you idiots. Oh God, I gotta lay down back over here."
Here, have one of these.
Give him a good berry. It's
that one's not like
yeah, it doesn't have chicken blood on it. And he eats it, and you see the wound kind of heal over. Oh my god, that's the best tasting whatever the hell that was I've ever had.
You just put whatever in your.
All right,
You just put whatever in your mouth.
you guys seem like trustworthy people.
You're right.
What's that?
You're so goes right through you.
All right, the dog, go. Okay. Teach, let them upstairs to see your actual goods, not the special wares. Oh, you want what was that? Why did you say so? And he literally leads you to like the back staircase, and you see all the boxes that got tipped over. It was very easy to walk around. Each two was just trying to get there as fast as possible.
One box.
Right. He like stepped over it instead of just walking around it. But upstairs, you see, you know how downstairs everything was glowing? Up here, everything is like really, really vibrant. Like, so there's important stuff up here.
Super glowing. Yeah.
You know, the very wrong. You can't be very wrong.
Ooh, vampire, sparkle and everything.
Yeah, there's twilight sparkles. And so yeah, like I said, every good up here looks like it has what was technology. It's very advanced things. So, what are you looking? I was gonna say, let's start at a point where I can actually help you here.
Yeah, holding up the hilt to everybody.
Ooh, make another investigation. You don't have advantage.
By -1. I say, sure, roll.
Buddy. Well, like I said, everyone, like you guys are looking at stuff, and he's like,
14.
"Yep, he's fine." I like that.
Let's handle the suggestions of whatever we find, just so we can continue moving on.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, we can hand wave a lot of this at
and
this
come
point.
back to what it is. Ultimately, my
The
intent-
goal here is to get your what was scrapped traded for goods here.
Yep.
So you have however much what was scrapped. We can discuss.
what it translates to. Because the other side of where I was looking at it was making inroads with them to actually be
What
business
was.
partners.
What
I approve of this.
And who's on Facebook? But to create inroads with
Sure.
the Shandong, the entire franchise, so that you know, have
You-
better trading relations as well as understanding if they have skills much like the
Make an insight check to discern what capabilities you can discover from their presence.
I'm listening to their conversation.
No,
You guys-
0. Nope. I rolled a 3.
I'm listening to that conversation. May I?
Well, thanks. Just for life.
Yeah, but you can just. The entire point of this is that I'm saying you automatically pass this 3 insight checks. You're able to discern something.
Oh, okay.
So you automatically pass 3. It's got 3 charges.
I got you. Okay, I thought this was I thought it was basically the lie detector test. When people are
That was
telling
the
stories,
easiest
it
way
would
of
be
me
effort.
describing.
But it's the idea that, okay,
You're able to see true nature 3 times.
extract real truths doesn't necessarily mean avoid
You
lies.
don't get to know exactly what they mean
Yeah.
by it, but
Okay.
yeah.
So, yeah, 100% B.
I want people to use the things that they actually have, and sometimes it's forgotten that they have them.
No, I remembered it, but I'm like,
Okay.
they're not actually lying to me. I'm just trying to understand them. And
All right. So with this, utilizing the thing that you already have, you're able to discern that Dong is a genius.
that's what I thought was.
He can discern exactly what was technologies are doing, what they're supposed to do, how they work between other pieces of scrap, what piece can go to. He's savant when it comes to what was technology. Not so much tinkering with new stuff, but understanding how stuff pieces together. So TikTok is great at tinkering. He's able to make stuff using pieces. He's able to say like, okay, well, if I use this
This one does research.
Yeah.
He does creation. This one does repairs.
understanding like, well, this works there. Okay, this is how this was designed to be. So he's a savant when it comes to that.
my thought was with spending money in the air, money, whether it be the trade side of it or anything else, it helped put me in good roads with him that can utilize him as somewhere between partner and favored patron type deal.
So with it, as mentioned before, the D&D gang takes really wants to have incoming scrap. Yep. So if the trade agreement exists that you're able to provide that, they'll be able to provide you goods afterwards.
Gotcha. So I need to create something that can go trolling the ocean floors for random crap.
Only we had some way of having doors and portals that.
The fun that includes. So yeah.
Quick aside. Did we actually find a tell tower on this island?
Yeah.
We found one right outside of Riverside.
Yep.
And
Main city, right?
we know
that there's another one.
the players know just south of this cave that you're going to,
Yeah.
yours, mine.
Oh, that's right.
That is another tell tower just south of there.
Players know.
Players know.
Characters know.
But you found one outside the Riverside, so you know that there was one there.
Because when we first got back over here, that was the first thing I did was making sure that I could bounce back and forth. But when we lose Dan to another wedding, we can. He's driving the boat back, and we all flew through the telltale. Buys us 2 days.
So we have, it's about 6 o'clock now, based off of our timetable here. Based on John going out, coming back, stuff like that. What would you like to do?
I think at this point we continue heading up the river. We are on a tight time.
You have about another hour tops to get to the end of the river. So it's about 7 o'clock.
Get there and set up camp.
Yeah, we get there, set up camp, use any combination of things to do a little bit of scouting, and if we're lucky, there's a tell tower nearby, and connect to that, just in case there's additional information coming in.
So as you guys head down the rest of the river, James, as soon as you give him the okay, he starts piloting in the boat. Did you guys name the boat ever?
I think that's James.
TBR as well. Okay. TBR the boat too.
TBN.
TBR.
Be named.
I feel like that's a James. It's his.
That's fine.
JSS something.
So pulls it in
Estonia.
about 7 o'clock. You guys get to the end of this river, and you notice that there's like almost like a waterfall-esque entrance to this. Looks like a cave system right behind it. You're assuming that this is the cave that they were talking about, but it literally is right at the end of this path. It looks like it just opens up into
There's
a
a waterfall
cavern.
behind it, and a small trading post.
Trading post up on top, yeah. You see that it looks like it was some sort of, hey, go to our mine, but then buy souvenirs and cheese up here. But
You like tchotchkes?
so, but the waterfall looks like it opens up into a little cavern. It's like a front entrance way as soon as you walk through this waterfall entrance type area. And it's a bigger room. Make a perception check.
All this?
Sure, everyone's gonna see it. Everyone's seeing things. Who's scared?
What do you think?
27. Holy
Oh,
cow!
I did 34.
Investigate. I did not do that.
52.
This is based on just seeing, so I'm
Oh.
not looking for something.
Well, in that case, 14.
I think Murphy saw it. This room is covered in the far corner of the round room. You see a disheveled body of some sort of scaled hide type creature. Or its larger mouth. You're not sure exactly what it is, but it's been here and it looks completely that's a recent time. It doesn't look that so recent. So it's up to you guys. You're in this front entryway and something was just killed not too long ago.
Blood all over, so we should definitely go through this.
I'd be interested in a quick look at the body, see if I can understand what killed it.
Make a medicine check.
8. No,
You know
Blades.
blades. Weapons of sorts killed this thing.
So we just went into the cave. We didn't go up to. Could we see the building?
Yeah, you saw the building up above. No, if you guys don't want to go in here, I just assumed you took the boat right into the cave entrance that you saw.
Oh, it actually.
because there's a whole
There's a hole at like
harbor, and it's
Got
like
it.
it's
kind of like a dock area that you guys had. Yeah, you guys had that front entryway that had the
I didn't realize.
we had gotten to the point where we built the space, but we were gonna build our own ship.
That's right.
that was the first area. Then it kind of like went to this. I'm just trying to replay through what we had there.
Crazy corkscrew design.
We'll get there later.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
Look at the ship up top.
Get off the boat, head back out. You guys skirt around the outside of this little waterfall, and there's a path that looks like it's seen some. And up in the top of the shop, it says yours, mine.
Gifts and souvenirs.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, it's a souvenir shop. Inside, I'm guessing you entered. The building's open. It's unlocked. There's either somebody came by and scared somebody off, but inside there's a whole bunch of rocks and things that are priced at really, really cheap prices, but they're.
When we were approaching, did we see the elevated
Perception. You can too. You would have.
I wrote 6.
You don't know because yet again, your player, your character is
That's why I asked the question that I did.
So-
Because I know it's there, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
Murphy,
seen it.
when you were walking up to the building before you guys entered, you kind of saw. You saw it as well. There is a structure of some sort behind the shack as well. It looks like it's kind of been built over a little bit to kind of hide it, so it's not so much just a 100% open.
That's not a ship.
You tell it. He knows. Well, James didn't see it,
This.
and
This.
Legendary didn't see it either. So you can go through that then.
What?
You can go down to the service elevator. It, like I said, it looks like it got built over to kind of flex just anyone seeing it normally. Because before it used to be just a big opening. You guys would just go down. Now it looks like it's kind of had its canopy built over it, kind of tightened it up a little bit.
Okay.
So it's not as just a direct.
You see carefully, but let's do it. Ladies and gents.
Yeah, let's go. I'm pressing A.
I'm already going now, guys.
um,
Make him crank it, hand crank it, so he's winded by the time.
as you guys go down lifts, you can hear the ratcheting gears dropping this thing slowly through the entire cavern. Multiple stories, but it looks like based on where it was located and how far you're going down, you're going to be landing somewhere relatively close to the area you saw before you're down below. So you're thinking in your head, these might go together. As you come down, you end up stepping up into a chamber that's a little bit larger of an opening. Your passive perception, you notice a figure that is standing by some sort of like structure, very similar to what you guys saw up at the top of Fallshire in the woods. Not as big of an arch, but like a arch that kind of resembles that, where it's looks like it could be some sort of doorway. And the other thing that you're able to see is that there is a lone bear crab standing in front of this gate.
You is not like open, right?
Currently it is. There is a
This is one of Marcus, not
correct. This one is open and it's got like a bluish yellow kind of hint through it. And this bear crab, as you guys are coming down, literally sees you guys and hears the cranks coming through. It's and you can hear in whatever speak it is. Does anyone speak bear crabinese?
Oh yeah, I speak.
you might. I don't know what You speak?
How did you take that language?
Not a particular one, but understanding animals is a thing like that.
But you'd have to have a cast.
Yeah, but after I hear the first one, yes.
Sure. So it says something in a series of clicks and kind of snorts. That's the facts. It's trying to run away, and you see with your passive perception and your passive perception, it smashed some sort of controller and jumped through the portal and it dissipates.
Oh,
It is gone. The portal is gone. Bearcraft. You have no idea where it went to.
Nope. Either did the player. No.
And what you do hear from down the spiraling path that's up ahead, as you can see this open
Army of
chamber.
Berkrams coming to get us.
Off to the right, you see a spiraling kind of path that's up ahead, and you hear an echo from there, and it's somebody that says, "Crab cakes! Crab cakes, get back here!"
It's Robert X. Kill him! Oh,
You hear metal clanging and things.
Gatorman with multiple.
You don't see anything. This is down like the path. So this is down that path. You just hear this character calling out for crab cakes in the middle of some sort of combat. You pursue? Do you go down the path? What do you want to do? James is running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep up with James.
As you guys run through this spiraling kind of weird passage, you come to a staircase that spirals down to where you can actively hear the clanging and the metal going back and forth. You come into a scene of this larger shrine-esque chamber. It looks like there is a skeleton on one side that kind of pokes through some larger creature. Some altar-esque structure over on the left of it, but you see two gentlemen, one that you're very familiar with, and then another one standing next to him, looking like they're in the heat of a fight between kobolds, some large, scaly creature as well that had two peg legs and two hooks. Like this fight is going on, and the creature that you heard before is the one that has these peg legs. Calling out for crab cakes still, asking like where the fuck is crab cakes? But the fight is raging on.
Sorry, trying to count out which of our characters have shown up and what's happened.
Yeah, two. Only Robert X crab cakes.
Before we completely end anything, are we wanting to play next?
I don't think I have anything.
So I did for next week. Two of the players are out 3 weeks already.
I just wanted to touch base with it before we. So we can play again next week. We're clearly at a point where there's material. It's not like there's
The next section should have everybody in it.
everyone as players will be back. We'll have to figure out the zip nav situation to work her back in and go from there. But on that note,
Well, her bird has been just kind of tailing
With
itself
you guys.
all the time, yeah.
but on that note, we'll play again next week and pick up where we left off.